Hi, welcome back to the Awake tutorial series. We're here in the crystal waters of Corsica and we're going to see the technique to ride the new Awake Vigna eFoil. We're going to start with the basics such as the water start and the riding position, and then go through your front side turn and back side turn in the first episode. In this first episode of the Vigna tutorials, we're going to see the water start, which is basically taking you from a belly position towards the first flight on an eFoil. We do recommend you to start strapless with the 1800 powder wing in eco or sport mode depending on your weight. First, make sure that you have deep enough water until here to make sure that the wing is not going to hit anything. You come from the back of the board and you will pull yourself up and lay down on the board. Make sure that your eyes are on the same level as the LED screen of your battery, and then you can engage your porky leash on one of the two inserts which are made for it. Grab the nose handle with your free hand. Once you're in the position, you will want to start accelerating very gently. You want to create a minimum speed and then start increasing this speed and move your weight forward on the board. Naturally, all eFoils want to move up when you start accelerating due to the fact that you have a jet or an impeller on the back of the board. So what you want to do on a board which is quite short like the Awake Vigna is that you want to enough speed to lift the nose up on the water and not nosedive, but still pushing enough on the front in order to keep the board flat on the water. So at the same time you're going to increase the speed and move your weight forward. Alright? Once you have reached a pretty much steady speed, then what you will do, next step, will be to put your knees on top of the battery like this. You don't want to be too much far back, because otherwise it's going to pull a lot on your arm. So just put it just behind the handle of the battery. So in the knee position, what you want is to make sure that the board keeps on contact with the water, so you don't want to fly it straight away, because you want to generate some planning speed for your wings in order to have the board getting stable and moving forward with control. If you start flying straight away, it's going to be very hard for you to manage your balance back on the board and fly in control. So make sure that you push on the nose in order to force the board to stay planning flat on the water, and once you have reached this comfortable planning speed, you're going to be able to stand up. So for this, you will start putting your front foot on the top of the rail just behind the battery handle. Don't stay too long in this position, don't change the speed, and then put straight away your back foot around the top of the battery. Stay very low, the feet are quite narrow stance actually, and keep putting a little bit of weight forward. You can try to grab in the air in order to make sure that the board is going down and you stay skimming on the water, right? When you skim with the right stance and the board is gliding on the water, it's going to be time for you to start flying. And for this, you're just going to release pressure on the back and the board will start going up. And if you feel that you're going too much up, make sure that you compress again on the front and you're going to go down. A small tip to start and feel in full confidence for your first flight: don't try to fly too high, and as soon as you stand up, try to land again and just like fly, land, in order for you to not go too high and lose control. You can also stand by putting your back foot first in order to have more space for your front foot to go. Alright, so for this, you're going to put your back foot around the battery click handle, push a lot on your front to make sure that the nose stays down and the board skims on the water, and then put your front foot just behind the battery handle and stand. Stay very low to not fall in the back. One of the two most common mistakes when you make your first water starts on an eFoil is to go up and down with the hand controller. So you want to keep the steady speed, because if you release the pressure on the hand controller, you're going to lose the speed, and then when you're going to accelerate again, the nose of the board will go up again instead of planning on the water. So make sure, if that happens, to accelerate very steadily by increasing the weight again forward in order to keep your board flat on the water and reach the planning speed. The second most common mistake that a rider does in the first water start is to try to foil too early. Basically, you want the board skimming on the water before you start flying, because that means that you have reached a good planning speed. If you fly too early, you're going to have the nose up in the air and it's going to be very hard for you to find your balance because the wing would be forcing on the water. In this episode, you have learned how to stand on the board and start flying, and in the next episode, you're going to see a bit more about the riding techniques and the body position to foil the proper way.